This channel do not condone piracy of any kind. Asking for, providing or discussing illegal download links is not allowed. Hello Game Daddies. Game Daddy here, and welcome to our channel where you're never too old for video games, and we're all about to dive into the world of Android emulation. In today's exciting episode, we'll be talking about VITA3K Android, PPSSSPP Android, SNES 9XX Plus, and Citra Android, so grab your joysticks and game on. But before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon so that you'll be updated with the latest news, tutorials, and anything about Android emulation. Let's go. Let's talk about PlayStation Vita emulation on Android with VITA3K. Other than adding a screenshot support, and fixing Final Fantasy X Remastered, VITA3K Android lead developer McDo shared a screenshot of Tales of Hearts R running on 240x136 resolution. Does this mean VITA3K now supports lower internal resolution? If this feature will be included in VITA3K Android V11, devices that are having speed issues will benefit with this option. Lowering graphics may increase your game performance or the FPS, and V11 is just around the corner and it'll be released in the public anytime soon, so for more VITA3K Android news and updates just tune into Game Daddy channel. Next up, let's talk about PlayStation Portable emulation on Android with PPSSPP. PPSSPP Android just got a brand new update, version 1.17.1. In this update they fixed green rendering errors on some PowerVR GPUs. Release all held keys on pause to avoid stuck keys after unpausing or in run behind pause. UI fixes. Update LibCHDR with ZSTD support, warn the user about bad CHDs. Add workaround for ad hoc mode in resistance. Fix graphics in Tokimeki Memorial 4. Fix crash in UFC 2010 on Mali GPUs. Temporarily disable MSAA on Adreno GPUs due to crashing. Fixed some crashes and optimized the game metadata cache. Additional crash fixes and similar. Fixed playback of frame dumps with Vulkan. Volume slider added for retro achievements sounds. And if you want to learn more about 1.17 updates, I'll leave a link in the description box below, feel free to check it out. Next up, let's talk about Super Nintendo emulation on Android with SNES 9XX Plus. SNES 9XX Plus just got a brand new update, version 1.5.77. In this update they improve frame timing logic for better fast-forward performance. Set the autosave timer to off by default and allow setting custom timer value up to 720 minutes. Remove video to image buffers option, superseded by new advanced video options, frame clock and precise frame pacing. Add options to toggle L2 R2 key emulation from analog L/R triggers or analog brake gas. When off, this will only use digital L2 R2 events. Update precise frame pacing video option to work when using full target frame rate. This prevents the compositor from buffering a frame and can reduce input lag but may cause dropped frames. And that's not all. The developer of SNES 9XX Plus, Robert Broglia, also released a new Sega Saturn emulator for Android based on Mednafen. If you want to try this out, you can purchase the app on Play Store. Speaking of updates, let's talk about Nintendo 3DS emulation on Android with Citra. Citra Canary build just got a brand new update. At the time of filming, the latest version of Citra Canary is 2765 and 2767. In 2765 update improves support for Windows cross-compilation. Lays the groundwork for future Windows ARM64 builds and C. Update Dynamic to 6.6.1, update Oak Nut to 2.0.1. Reduces JIT compilation jitter on Android. Apply shadow before ambient light. Fixes shadow intensity in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And in 2767 update, they use source 3 when GPU_previous is used in first stage. Fixes hair, skin and eye color selection boxes being white in Fantasy Life. Fixes sky being gray when looked at from different angles in Kirby Blowout Blast. GLSL shader gen increase Z equals 0 epsilon. Fixes Pokemon Ultra Sun, Moon Battle white swipe animation not displaying properly. So if you want to check this out, just go to Citra official website, citra-emu.org. Once you're inside the Citra website, tap the hamburger icon located at the upper right most of your screen and tap download. After that, tap manual download, scroll down and look for Canary build and you will see a list. Usually the latest version is on the top of the list, so choose the first one on the top and tap the Android icon to download. And lastly, we're still talking about Citra Android. Pablo MK7 just posted a new version of the Citra fork with online multiplayer support, so if you want to learn more about this one, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Inspire me to make more videos like this by subscribing to the channel.